1 in 5 Hawaii residents is foreign-born, and some 100,000 of them are not U.S. citizens and face uncertainty due to their immigration status. And while many are eligible for citizenship, language barriers and a lack of affordable legal services make them vulnerable to exploitation. And joining us now to talk about some of the challenges is human rights advocate Dr. Amy Agbayani. She was just honored with the Legal Clinic's Guardian of Immigrant Justice Award. Congrats, and good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Well, I wanted to start off with Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. He did say Hawaii was this model of social integration. But in your experience, how far do you think we've come as far as immigrant rights and justice?
We've come a long way, but we still need a lot more assistance. And as you know, there's a long history of immigration to the state of Hawaii. And we've made a lot of contributions, particularly in our major industries. At one time, the plantations, and now the tourist industry and care homes. So they're here. They're our neighbors. Many of them are our families and taxpayers, but many, many challenges still.
And I know the Legal Clinic, which honored you, they do offer free resources. It's really critical to help a lot of them in terms of the legal system.
Yes, and their visa status, for example, exclude them from so many benefits, and they face extra problems because of that. One example was they could not get driver's licenses. Many of them who are undocumented and even elderly Hawaii residents with lousy documents, have a problem. So we were able to get legislation that provides limited purpose driver's license. And then last year we got one for state ID, so that these people can actually use an identification card to do what ordinary citizens do all the time.
Mm-hmm. Such a basic need. Yeah, basic need. So that's great. The other thing is, I know your work over the years, over 60 years, started with diversity over at UH Manoa, with Operation Manong and Filipino immigrants who were being bullied at the time. Now we're seeing, Pacific Island nations, maybe the Micronesians, the Marshallese, experiencing similar types of discrimination.
Well, they are the newest and most vulnerable immigrant group in Hawaii. And the horrible part is it's because of their visa status. They get here, they're ineligible for many, many benefits. And so they have enormous issues with that. And we have to work, and we are working with the Biden administration, as well as with the congressional delegation, to make sure that some of these legal definitions of their eligibility get a little bit resolved.
And
they were outsized problems for Pacific Islanders, for example, as well as Filipinos during the pandemic. And it again pointed out some of their gaps and important needs. And so we had, for example, language access issues, and unemployment benefits, and others.
Yeah, and we could talk about these very big issues all morning, but again, so much to dissect there. The fight continues. Thank you, Dr. Amy Agbayani. We're going off for a break. Thank you so much for watching Sunrise. We'll be back in just a moment.
The United States allows them legally because of